Welcome to this 45-minute or so body scan with Michelle Reugebrink. Consider the next 45 minutes or so to be an opportunity to dwell completely within your body without any other place to go, without anything else to do. However, simply to be present in this moment as it is. And taking this time to settle yourself into a posture that's comfortable for you. And this might be lying flat on the floor or on a mat or cushion. However, if it's not right for you, you can do the body scan sitting or even standing. Whatever the posture you choose, just taking a few moments to settle in. You can choose to close your eyes to avoid outward distractions. Give your body direct awareness of attention in this moment, or you're invited to keep your eyes open. It's whatever you need right now. And if you're lying down, noticing the points of contact between your body and the supporting surface. Notice where the surface is supporting you and where it may not even be touching. And if you're lying flat, arms at your sides, palms up if that's comfortable, however, in any position that works for you. Just beginning to have a sense of the body as it is, aware perhaps of any activity in the mind, any sensations in the body, any lingering effects of the moments leading up to this one. Just taking note of them. No need to push anything away, thoughts or sounds. Just simply noticing that they're here. And choosing to be aware of the body itself. Having a sense of the body as a whole, from the top of the head down to the tips of the toes. Thinking of your awareness as a kind of spotlight that encompasses the entire body, aware of the body breathing. Without having to breathe in any particular way. However, simply allowing the breath to come and go as it does. Noticing as we do the body scan, this body has history, emotions, parts that are gone or parts that are new. The body you used to have or would like to have. And being with your body in this moment, the way it is, with awareness, not getting caught up in the story or the narrative we may tell ourselves. And as you're scanning your body, inviting the beam of attention to narrow, to become a spotlight, and to become a very narrow beam that moves down your body, down your left leg, down to your left foot, into your left big toe. Bringing attention to just this one small area of the body and taking note of what you find here. If you are aware of sensations, the touching of clothing or warmth or coolness, numbness, tingling, even a lack of sensation, just noticing that. And to whatever degree, you may notice other things, other sensations in the body, passing sounds. The invitation of just simply bringing the attention back to just this one point. Taking in what you are aware of just here, just now. Not having to strain to become aware of anything in particular. However, taking note of what's here, right now in this moment, this body. And as you're ready, moving the beam of attention to move across the rest of the toes of the left foot, moving the toes by toe, aware of whatever arises here. You are aware of tension or relaxation, lack of sensation, and just seeing if you can't actually be playfully aware of the points between the toes and the point where one toe ends and the other begins. Being curious about what you can find without needing to find anything in particular. Just simply being aware of these toes in this moment, in this body. And beginning to move your attention to encompass the rest of the left foot, the ball of the foot, the sole, the arch, the heel, the top, the sides, even the bones and the tissue inside the left foot. And if you find yourself straining to feel something or focus diligently on any particular part, seeing if you can just ease up on your awareness and allow whatever arises to arise. Aware perhaps of the complexity of this part of the body to which you rarely pay much attention unless it's giving us some difficulty or some challenge. Perhaps aware of the point of contact between the foot and the surface upon which you're lying. Noticing where the foot ends and the mat or cushion begins. And each time you find that your attention has wandered to some passing sound or thought or feeling, simply, however firmly, bringing the attention back, in this case to the left foot. Not having to push away whatever you become attached to, however, just simply choosing to feature the left foot in the center of your awareness, in that beam of spotlight of attention. Taking the time now to move that attention, just inviting now to the left ankle, leaving behind the toes and the foot, and featuring the left ankle, another part of the body you might not have attended to unless it gave you some pain or discomfort or difficulty. Being curious about what you find here. And as you're ready, moving the attention to the lower leg, the calf, the shin. The muscle, the bones, and the tissue inside this left lower leg. Just holding this part of the body in awareness just as it is. And you may notice a sense of touch where this part of the body touches the surface upon which you're lying. You may notice the movement of the air. You may notice temperature or tension or relaxation. And even if tension is what you encounter, not having to do anything about it if you choose not to. Not having to have this experience be any different than it is. However, simply taking note of it as it is. And if at any time you choose to let go of tension, allowing that to be a mindful process as well, just in which you are aware of the intention to let go, aware of letting go and returning to awareness. And allowing the attention to move to the left knee, taking note of whatever you discover here. And it may be a subtle twist, it may be no sensation, it might be discomfort or pain. Just seeing if you can encounter whatever you encounter with a sense of that playful curiosity, a willingness to be present with it, just as it is in this moment. Always the opportunity to return to the left knee whenever the attention has drifted, whenever you have found yourself attending to anything else. And moving that beam to encompass the left thigh. All the way from the top of the knee to the hip, to the longest bone in the body inside. An area in which some of us will tend to hold some tension, and if that's your experience, then acknowledging its presence. Simply noticing where you feel, what you feel, what's here just now. Letting go of having it to be different than it is. You might be aware of a whole different variety of sensations, depending on which part of this area of the body you're attending to. One part may be warmer than the other. One may be tenser than the other. Just simply taking it in, allowing the experience to be what it is, and letting go of any need to make it different, to change it, to improve it. Gathering the attention and moving it now, moving that spotlight across the hips to the right side and down the right leg, moving down all the way down to the right foot, to the right big toe. Encountering the right big toe just as it is. Noticing any tendency to want to compare it to the left big toe or anything else, just simply tuning into the experience of this toe in this moment as it is. Even if what you happen to be aware of is no sensation at all. And as you're ready, beginning to move your attention across the rest of the toes, one by one, just simply taking in what you find, noticing what's here, coming back to those toes if your attention has gone somewhere else, just simply being aware of the toes of the right foot. Moving the attention now from those toes to the rest of the right foot, the ball of the foot, the arch, the heel, the sides, the top. Taking in the right foot as a whole, including the muscles and the bones and tissues inside. Not having to be aware of any particular part of the foot or any particular sensation. However, taking inventory, if you will, of what happens to be here. This right foot. In this moment. Allowing the attention to move now to the ankle, letting go of awareness of the foot, not getting ahead of one's self to the rest of the leg, and just simply resting here in the right ankle. Encountering it just as it is, without having to be any different than it is. And slowly moving the attention to encompass the area of the lower leg, the calf and shin, and everything inside, holding it in awareness and noticing what you notice. Along the way, you may encounter certain points on the body, certain opportunities where emotions may appear, where difficulties arise. And just seeing if you can continue to adopt this same awareness, this willingness to engage with whatever arises, to encounter things as they are, and choose to stay with a particular part of the body. And we happen to be on, at this point, the right lower leg, acknowledging the presence of whatever comes and choosing to stay present with the body in this moment. And choosing to move the attention to the right knee, noticing what you notice. Moving attention now to the right thigh. Just exploring little by little, not having to encompass the whole thing at once if you choose to. Invitation of becoming aware of the back of the thigh, the inner thigh, the outer thigh, the front. Whatever happens to be here, being curious about what you find, simply taking it in. And if you happen to encounter tension, the invitation to choose to let go of that tension. Be awake to that process that begins with awareness and may be followed by a thought or an intention to change the way that area feels, and a purposeful letting go. And at any time you feel uncomfortable, move away from the body part, come back when you're ready, returning to an awareness of this moment. And choosing now to move the attention from the right thigh to include the pelvic area, the hips, the buttocks, the genitals, any of the organs and tissues inside the body in this area. Just being willing to encounter whatever you find. You may have begun to become aware of the effects of breathing on the body more directly. And you may feel a very gentle rocking motion forward and back as the breath moves in and out. Very subtle. Just simply taking it in. Always the opportunity to return the pelvic area of your attention if it's drifted. And if you found yourself thinking about other things, attending to other thoughts or sensations, just choosing to come back here when you're ready. And moving awareness now into the lower back, an area which many of us experience some discomfort in. And whether you experience discomfort or tightness or relaxation or no sensation at all, the invitation of just choosing to attend here. Perhaps feeling the movement of the breath. Perhaps noticing whether or not this part of the body is, contacting the mat or the floor, Not having it need to be any particular way. However, just simply noticing how it is. What's here? And as you're ready, allowing your attention to encompass the belly, the organs inside, and the movement of the breath, the gentle ballooning out and in that coincides with the breath, moving in and out, letting go of needing to breathe in any particular way, just being aware of breath in this area as it does what it does. And coming back to the belly. And moving the spotlight of attention now to encompass the upper part of the torso, the chest, the upper back. Aware perhaps of the heart and the lungs inside doing what they do. The subtle changes that happen as the breath unfolds. Inhale and exhale. Even the subtler effects of the heart beating and the blood moving through this area of the body, not having to strain to be aware of any of these particular sensations. Now we're just taking note of what you are aware of, resting in the awareness of the upper torso. And allowing attention to fall now on the shoulders, a place in which many of us encounter tension and discomfort. And if that's your experience, just seeing if you can simply be aware of the experience. And always the invitation, you have the opportunity to change the experience or let go of tension. And if that is what you choose in this moment, allowing yourself to be aware of the letting go of the choice, of the effect of that choice in being aware. Always the opportunity to return to wherever you happen to be. And in this case, the shoulders. Peeling the attention off of whatever has captured your attention. And gently, however firmly, bringing it back to the body, to this moment. Taking the time now to focus that beam down the left arm, past the left elbow to the left hand. Setting into awareness of each of the fingers, the palms of the hand, the back of the hand, any points of contact between the hand and any surface upon which it's resting. Noticing what you find, what that may be in this left hand. And allowing the attention to move from the hand to the left wrist. A part of the body we rarely attend to unless it gives us some difficulty. And moving into the left forearm, another area of the body to which we rarely attend, and seeing what we find here, even if what we find is no particular sensation, no difficulty, no tension, and just being willing to encounter that. Always the opportunity to return. Moving into the left elbow and the left upper arm. Noticing all the aspects of the bicep and the tricep in this area, the inside and the outside, the front and the back, tension, relaxation, coolness or warmth. Just simply allowing it to be as it is. An invitation now to directing that beam of attention now up the shoulder and across the shoulders and down the right arm, past the right elbow to the right hand, tuning into what you find in the right hand as it is just now and letting go of it needing to be any different than it is. Seeing if you can playfully become aware of each finger individually. Not needing to strain, however, just seeing if it's possible. And if it is, noticing that. And if it isn't, noticing that as well. Bringing awareness to the right wrist, into the right forearm, and making the conscious choice to return, to usher the attention back and feature the right forearm without having to force away any other thoughts or experiences or sensations. However, simply choosing to allow them to be in the background, to the side, out of the beam of awareness somewhat, and aware of the right elbow, the right upper arm. Just taking it in, noticing what's here in this right arm. And moving that beam of awareness now up the right shoulder and across the neck, and just settling into awareness of the neck, an area of some challenging or difficulty for many of us. Just simply tuning into what you find, aware of the flow of the breath through this area, and perhaps, or the muscles and the bones and the tissues here, any tension, any discomfort, any relaxation, anything at all. And whatever arises in this complex area of the body, simply allowing it to arise and be present for all of it. An invitation of moving attention into the jaw, the chin, the mouth, the lips, the tongue. Just taking these in. Aware of the cheeks, the nose, the area around the eyes themselves, the brow, the forehead. Noticing the sensation of any facial expression that you may be holding, maybe choosing to change that or let go of it. However, not having to, just noticing, being curious. And the sides of the head, the ears, the back of the head. Bringing awareness to the top of the head. And as you're ready, allowing that beam of attention to soften and spread back into a spotlight of attention that slowly encompasses the rest of the head, the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the torso, the pelvic area, the thighs, the lower legs, the feet. Becoming aware again of the entire body lying here, the whole body breathing, not having to have it be any different than it is in this moment. Just taking this opportunity to perhaps feel some gratitude towards yourself for having taken this time to tune in, to be present with yourself without any other agenda, however, to be present, to take care of this body by simply attending to it, recognizing that at any point in your day, you can simply bring your attention back, just as you may have done over these past several minutes, gently, however firmly, directing your attention back to here. And you can bring this quality of attention to this body, this moment, any moment. And just taking the next few minutes to notice what's here in this body. Breathing in, breathing out. Not having to breathe a certain way. In the next few moments, you'll hear bells signaling the end of this body scan, and just noticing if you're hearing that, if you're shifting into what's next or the doing mode, and the invitation to just be with your body in this moment, not having to go anywhere or plan what's next, just be. Noticing if the body's calling for anything, even if it's putting your hand over your heart or not. And always not just thinking, breathing, but can you feel it? Feel it in this body.